Hey people, Karina here, and I guess you can see by the title below, narcissists will eventually tell on themselves if you give them time and you just listen to what they're saying. Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this: the main goal of a narcissist is to butter you up with sweet comments. Some narcissists will do this. Some will butter you up, like flatter, 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 just to get you to open up to them. And that's why I think it's very important that you know who you are as a person. Because if you feel like you will just bare your soul to someone just because they flatter you and butter you up, only to take what you tell them, turn it around, and tell it to your enemies because they friends with your enemies. And I say that because sometimes I've heard people say they didn't like a specific person. And next thing you know, they went out to dinner to eat. And then you come back and you be like, oh, well, I still don't like her. I just, I spend time with them, to pass the time, to chill, to relax. But you and I have meaningful conversation. They will attempt to make like the reason that they are connecting with you and your enemies is that you bring something to them that's so valuable to the table. And you do. Your energy, they want to sap you dry of your energy. That way you cannot fulfill goals that you set for yourself in life sometimes. Now, I'm not going to say everybody is like this, but some females, if they call themselves your friends, but then tell you the little do's and don'ts that you should and should not do, or how you should feel or how you should not feel, or they're not going to like you, you know what my answer to that is? Well, fine, don't like me. Because I'm going to be me and I'm going to have my opinions for real. And I'm going to do my life the way that I see positive will come in. I'm not going to sit there and try to go have a twerk class in the middle of a dance floor somewhere if that's not my priority. I'm not 20 years old, okay? If that works for you and you 20 and that's what you want to do, you do that. But when you get older, life comes with responsibilities, and you never know whether you're young or older when those responsibilities can come. I've heard stories of people who were young and then something happened to one of the parents and then they had to come up as an adult and they had to come together and help the other parent to survive because of a tragedy that happened in life. Not saying that it's going to happen, but the thing is, if you don't want to be responsible in life, don't try to knock somebody else off of their responsibility game. Okay? Narcissistic people will always find a way to manipulate a situation. They'll be like, well, do this for me because I love you, and you're like my only friend, and nobody here loves you more than me, and I'll be the one that you can call and you can talk to if you're having an issue. Some people, if they really want to be there for you, you ain't got to change who you are to be around them people. That's just to lure you in, to make you feel accepted. Peer pressure don't stop at teenage years, okay? Peer pressure goes all the way up until old age, okay? Because where I work, I've heard some stories from some older people who basically stated that they have friends who are retired and they're not retired and they still got to go to work. They retired friend will get them to play hooky from work just to go to the casino with them and do whatever they do. And they lied about being sick, and then somebody saw them somewhere when they were supposedly sick, and then they, got into some issues. But whatever. The whole point of the matter is this. Don't let somebody love bomb you or friendship bomb you or try to make you feel like you're going to get the very best in them if you do what they say. I already been raised. I'm 37 years old. And I hate when some older people say that, oh child, you in your 30s, you a baby. You a baby. But if you hear their backstory, true enough, I might be 37. But if you 50 years old and you don't know what that's like to ever have to take care of yourself or ever been in a predicament to take care of yourself or had to take care of someone else, then you don't know my strength, sweetheart. You don't know my strength. And I hate to say the word sweetheart, referring to an older person. Because, yeah, that was just a cat move right there. Okay, because sometimes people make you go there. And when I feel myself going there, I bring myself back. I be like, nope, not finna let you despise my wisdom. I've met some people who were 20 years old, who were like where I was in the mindset. And I've met some who were older than me. They had the mindset of a 15-year-old in the way that they think of life, you know. Like, yeah, just live it, do what you want or whatever like that. I mean, you always got to be like planned up. If y'all watching the news, it's hurricanes coming, okay? They say they're going in certain directions. And then the last minute they flip and then they go another way. Come on now. You got to be prepared for stuff. Be prepared, especially if you've been warned by the news. It might not even, you know, be as bad when it gets there. Or it might be. But the whole point of the matter is, better to be safe about something than to be sorry. And this is the way we got to live our life every day. Not in fear. Don't ever live your life in fear. Live your life in a manner that says, I'm going to be prepared for the good. I'm going to be prepared for the things that are not so good. I just want to be prepared in life for whatever happens. Because just because an individual might say, well, I've been married for 40 years and my husband been taking care of me and I don't know what that's like. So, honey, I don't know what that's like. Be glad you don't. But at the same time, what do you do if you should happen to have to take care of a close family member? Will you be able to get up off that high horse and just take a job where they're hiring? It's not about being prideful. It's not about trying to please people. You do what you need to do to take care of your family, even if your family is like a family of one, a family of two, a family of three, so on and so forth. It's very important to know that just because a person who is narcissistic is coming at you wrong, coming at you bad, it's important to know that, yes, they're going to reap everything they putting out at you. I mean, I've seen it happen with some folks where they just thought they were so high and mighty and they felt like they were going to try to make you feel less than, beat you down while still trying to build you up at the same time. I don't really know how that works in their minds, like build someone up and kick them down. Because I feel like this, it would be a waste of my time to help build somebody up than to go back and try to kick them down. That's wasted energy. So if you suspect that somebody is basically being manipulative with you, trying to make you feel like they're the only way for you to get what you need in life, no, they're not. You have everything inside of you that you need to get you through everything that goes on in life. It's all in your mind. Strategize, okay? Strategize. See, I never really prepared for nothing hurricane-wise before until after Harvey. Just so happened when Harvey came, maybe 2 or 3 days before Harvey hit Houston last year, I just happened to be at the store. And I felt like I wasn't going to watch the news because there's too much bad stuff on the news. And it's like, man, if you just... I mean, I will watch the news periodically. And the news channel is always on at work. On a big screen where everybody can see. But I don't be paying attention to that. But now I pay attention to stuff like that now. Because I want to know what's going on in the world. I don't have to become a part of it. And I don't have to be a fearmongerer like other folks. The thing is this. I just happened to be at the store. Just buying grocery like normal. Enough grocery to last for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. Because I never just try to wait till I'm just plumb out to go buy anything. And then I was in the store and I just saw all these people just rushing all this water off the shelf. And I'm like, so we really are going to get hurricanes in my mind. Because I didn't remember us having no real bad hurricane in Houston. Except for when I was little. Maybe I was probably about 10 or 11. Maybe. I don't remember the name of the hurricane, but it came like so many years ago. Like 20 some odd years ago. So, in my mind, I just felt like, ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't nothing gonna happen. You know what? Something did happen. And I wasn't prepared. I just felt like every day since I was a waitress, I was gonna make up all my tips and spend up all my tips. No. You know what ended up happening? Where I live didn't flood that hard because it was up on higher ground. However, where I worked was a different story. That place has so much water up in there, and then the further down the street you go, the water was almost up to the stoplight, okay? So needless to say, I was at home for almost 2 weeks until we opened. And for a waitress, if you miss 1 day of work, you basically like missed out like on a bill payment, okay? So you can imagine what I was feeling, not being prepared, missing almost 14 days of work. Now, I've been getting little by little ever since Harvey to make sure everything's straight. That way something, if anything should happen the next year. Now we see the hurricane doesn't look like there's any hurricanes coming to Texas as of at this moment. But I decided to be prepared. I decided not to be running and spinning up tips like crazy. In another video, I'm going to show waiters and waitresses how to budget your tips, no matter if you make $25 a day or $125 a day. I'm going to show you how to get yourself, like, get your head above the water if it's under. And I couldn't show y'all how to do it if I haven't tried to do it myself. And it actually worked. So, should something happen around this time, everything's all good. A lot of people say, just pray and God will see you through. Yes, pray, but then when the provision comes, do something with it. Be constructive with it. Put it aside. People always say, for a rainy day. Well, hurricane season, a lot of days it's raining outside and can't go to work. When I say rainy day, I don't mean like a bad day, like it's just terrible. No. Because if it rain, even if we don't get like a hurricane, and it rained for more than like 3 or 4 days, work gonna be closed for like 3 or 4 days, okay? Because it's gonna take about that long for whatever little bit. Because I think when Harvey came, we maybe got 4 inches of water inside of maybe 4 or 5 inches of water inside of the building. We didn't have carpet. And I always found it funny that where I work, it sits up a little higher than the other buildings. So everything else in the strip was like totally destroyed. They had to close it down and remodel everything. Like everything. They had people who were out of work for like 2 and 3 months. And we were like the only place open on that little strip. All the other places around there happened to be closed. Other than Chick-fil-A. So they had 2 options. Us or Chick-fil-A. So, don't let people who don't see no vision for their own lives talk you out of survival tactics for your life. Okay? And like I said, it's not about living in fear. It's about being prepared. You know? So, without nothing else that I need to say, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here with saying, somebody doesn't love you or accept you for you and the drive that's in your heart and in your spirit to make it through any type of storm, then they don't need to be in your life. I don't care how bad you want a friend. I'd rather lay on that couch with my thumb in my mouth and cry to God, okay? Than to speak into the ear of a fool who just gonna despise the good in me because they just want control over somebody to say, you let me, basically in the undertones, you let me control you, I'll give you my friendship. Those type of people can never give you true friendship. Just love yourself and let God work out all other stuff.